First and foremost, I'm sorry to hear that. I understand. Both sides of my family were affected by communism. My mom's side and my dad's. Well, my mom's side on both sides. My dad's side, not so much. My father came from an island, so there wasn't much going on in World War II on his island. He was kind of isolated. My grandmother, though, and my grandfather on my mom's side, they were on the border of Greece and Albania, and both of them were affected by communism. My yaya wrote a book before she died, and it went into great detail about all the things that communism did to her and her family. There's this one passage that, to this day, I can't even really read it because it chokes me up. The soldiers infiltrated their village. All the men were off to war, so the women and children were alone. Communist soldiers came in, started murdering all these people, started doing all this terrible shit. And my yaya, my great yaya, my mom's mom, my great grandma, took my grandma and her brother, at the time, they were like 6 and 8, and took them and threw them over a balcony to the neighbors down below because she was going to stay behind, but she didn't want them getting hurt. So she gave them to the neighbors, told them to all go hide in the forest, while she hid and tried to gather food and supplies to come meet them later. So my little grandmother at the time was 8 years old. Her brother was 6 years old. My uncle, my great uncle. They both have passed now. Picture this. 6-year-old and 8-year-old go into the woods by themselves and they cling to a tree for 6 hours crying. My grandmother had to take care of her then 6-year-old brother by herself at 8 years old because there were no adults around, while they just prayed. While they prayed that my great-grandmother would come back with supplies to find them. In my yaya's book, she talks about how there's this one pivotal moment that she never forgot. And I get choked up even talking about it right now. My grandmother was 8 years old, holding her little 6-year-old brother against a tree, waiting for 6 hours to even know if her mother was alive or dead. Her mother sacrificed and gave them to the neighbors and told them to all go flee in the woods while she stayed behind and gathered supplies. 6 hours later, my grandmother in her book talks about how over the hill she could see my yaya from far distance. She could see her mother coming up the hill holding supplies, and they all just dropped what they had and ran to each other in their arms. This is where I come from. This is your family's legacy, and you know who's going to tell us we don't have the right to speak about communism? White liberals in America. Tell us again how our opinions are less than yours, white liberal. Go get your soy latte. Go wear your Uggs today and then call us fascists. If you live in America or you live in any other Western country and you're under the age of 40 and you've never had to deal with actual communism or war or anything in your life, and you live in mommy and daddy's basement or you sponge off the government and you want to talk shit to us, to people who have actually been affected by communism or our family bloodlines, do me a favor and sit and spin. Seriously. You don't get to tell this poor man what his experience was for his family and that he doesn't get to talk about communism. Are you sick? No, you are sick. You people are sick. That's the point. The people that want to sit here and dictate what fascism is, yet they live in this country and they've never experienced real fascism a day in their lives. Who are you to talk? Who are you to invalidate the experience of millions of people who have been harmed by real communism? What is wrong with you? That's like telling a black person they don't have the right to speak about racism, yet y'all are sitting there defending that every 12 seconds. Don't invalidate the black person's voice. What about the people who've been affected by communism? What about our voice? We don't have any value to what we're saying. I see all of you in my comments trying to tell me I'm wrong. Based on what? Based on your what? Your life experience? A book you read? A video you watched on YouTube? What's your experience to combat mine? School me, tell me, liberals, tell me. You don't get to talk for the people that have actually been affected by communism, yet you guys want to usher it in so bad. I am not going to respond anymore to any comments where people challenge me on this topic, unless you also come from a communist land. Unless you are a child of someone who escaped communism, then I'll interact with you. If you are just a 30-year-old septum ring, shaved head, Antifa, live in your mom's basement trying to come and talk to me, no offense, but you are like this much below me. I have nothing to say to you. No, it's not because you win your argument. No, it's not because you one upped me. It's because you are literally that clueless that nothing I say will stick. So it doesn't matter. I'm not wasting my breath another second on a leftist potato that has zero factual evidence to back up anything they say other than YouTube clips or books they've read on Marxism in their universities. So, I'm sorry, Mitch Poland. I'm proud to be an American too. I'm sorry that people want to talk shit. But I understand you. I understand where you came from. And I see you. And I know you see me. And as people who went through these things, we understand the fight we're fighting. And they can all stay pressed about it. Cry harder, libs. Oh, especially my Antifa friends. Take your masks off. What are you so afraid of? If you believe in what you're fighting for so much, why do you cover your faces like a bunch of little... I can't say it on the platform because I'll get taken down. It's the word wussy, but replace it with a P. Imagine being a grown-up and covering your face, yet saying you believe in something. If you believe in it so much, why are you covering up? What are you so afraid of? If you're fighting the good fight, why are you covering your face? Sure seems like you must be doing something hateful and wrong that you want to cover your own face about it.